There we are. Good afternoon, everyone. I've been here talking to myself for like the last 5 minutes thinking that you guys were on, but I hit neglected to hit the go live button. Boyd, Mario, Queen, Robin, Richard, Molly, JR, welcome back this afternoon. Thanks for joining for another session. So I briefly asked earlier if anyone had traded the lunch hour. And there we have it. Queen is the first one. Plus some. Okay. And that's what I was waiting for too this morning. I was waiting for the 5 minute breaker, but his price was just running away and then it just consolidated. There was nothing. There was no entry for me to take. But I'm glad at the 1150 macro when we saw the short line up. I'm glad some people were able to take that. All right. So yeah, let's see if we get a 5 minute breaker. 5 minute breaker this afternoon. At least one that we can take. I like the bullish fair value gap that's below us. And would also like to see if we could go long, but if price gives us a short, then that's what we'll take. I'd like to see a return back to the fair value gap if possible. Probably give the best entry for me if this is going to turn into a breaker for us. Thing is, I like the way it's set up yesterday. I don't know if you all remember, but yesterday what happened is before the breaker confirmed itself, it traded down and made sure that all of this trading area here got mitigated. And so in doing so, once it then finally confirmed the breaker up here, when it trades back in, it doesn't need to make a full retracement or even a deep retracement because this this really the breaker really is this entire area here. So there's going to be a massive area to cover as far as picking an entry and then having a stop loss somewhere. So it's I'd rather see it go ahead and cover in this area now, balance that price range. So when it finally does leave, it only needs to do a shallow retracement and then continue upwards. see what Queen's talking about. 10:05. Yeah, morning setup would have been here likely. Right, you had the confirmation on this candle at 950. Is that what you said, Queen? Entry on a 955 candle. Yep. And then this candle would have been your entry down in there. And then it took off without any retracement on the 10 o'clock candle. So all you had to do is at 9, during the 955 candles, it was closing. Just hit the buy button. Only thing is, if you had a prop firm that doesn't allow you to trade 2 minutes before news, you would have had to make that entry before 958, but that's it. Well, not for me, Shark. I didn't get any this morning. I was looking for a 5 minute breaker. And as I was just lining up, I don't like to trade news. So even though this presented itself, it wasn't a trade for me. So I wasn't able to get in here, but this was the breaker for the entry. And just before lunch, we did have several people take the market structure shift right here on the 1 minute. So I was showing everybody that we potentially had a market structure shift coming, and we were in the we were getting ready to get to the macro at 1150, and right at 1149, it was right here, and the 1150 candle took it, and so a lot of people jumped in and took the short here, or some may have been in up here, but anyway, people took the short and were able to run it down just right into the lunch bell, which gave 20 30 points pretty quickly right there. So that's as far as I know. Those were the only two entries that people have taken this on the session. But Unicorn Queen just jumped in and said that she also was able to make some money during lunch. So somehow she was able to either catch the long here or the short on the back half. One of the two, she was able to get in and make some money. So that's where we are now. Just looking to see if we can find another 5 minute breaker sometime this afternoon. TJ got a long and a short. Wow. Okay. All right. What's going on, Frank? Are you agreeing with Unicorn Queen or just trying to place your message? See what you're referring to. Yeah, but it doesn't have to be a unicorn. It just has to be a breaker. Yeah, this was a breaker. It wasn't a unicorn because it didn't have a fair value gap, but it doesn't need it. All you need is a breaker. Sounds like your style is a winning style. So, stick to what you know. If it's working for you and you like it, go for it. There you go. What's going on? Good afternoon. Nasversity. What's going on? Good afternoon. Are you done for the day? Except for when you see another setup you like. Oh, look at the first 25 minutes of trading this hour. These five candles right here. Really doing much at all. We can get above the breaker here. It will be activated. Yeah, I wonder if price wants to go a little bit lower before going higher. I'd like to see it come and tap the fair value gap here. I did not mark the lunch highs and lows. You do that now. Oh, sharp just this week. So this is the third day that we've had these colors. I just switched it this weekend. Yeah, I think some people are on Apex and others on, I think, my funded futures. All right, so this break a structure line. It was done on the 1 minute, just remember just before lunch. And we traded back to it during lunch, and that led to a big drop right at 12:30. Traded back to it during the last macro, and it started trading lower. Now we just touched it again, and we're trading lower once again. No, no, it's all good. Inspire. This price action is. It's okay. We're doing just some accumulating here. Yeah, yeah, Queen. When they have limits on the amount of contracts, it doesn't change whether you're on micros or minis. It's all the same. You can use 5 minis as well. My guess is they do that to encourage you to use minis, which obviously make it harder to win and to win large amounts, and also make it easier to blow your account. So that's my guess why they restrict you on micros the same way they restrict you on minis. Because you would think that if they let you do 5 minis, they would let you do 25 or 50 micros, but they don't. That I'm not 100% sure of. Let me see if I can quickly look that up. I don't see anything related to that, so it's not easy to find it if it's available. So I'm not sure. Let's see. Yep. Yeah, Matt trades. I think he's doing very similar to what Dave is doing. Yeah, the only thing about Apex is I think you always have a monthly fee. I need to double check that, but I think that's the way their system works. So there's like advantages and disadvantages of all the companies. So you just got to really decide what you can live with and what's super important to your trading style. Like for you, Queen, you need to have the most. You need to have unlimited amount of contracts that you can take because you like to take 20 micros at a time. So you need to make sure that your company offers that, whereas others may not have that issue. But they like to trade news, so they need to make sure that they're available as soon as the news is announced. Yeah, and Queen, what happens is, and this is because there are rules related to prop firms, but also sure you guys have heard that there have been some prop firms that have been closing their doors recently. Some of the newer ones that just opened last year or the last couple of years are starting to fail. And so what a lot of people are doing is they're getting their money and they're funding their own personal account and just running with that. Yeah, I might give them a shot as well because I don't care to trade the news either. So that's not really something that I care about. Yeah, I saw that on Twitter, and what was it Riz and Paladin and Omar and even Jade Kyle was running into problems too, so they're all having to defend themselves over the last week. Oh, okay. All right. Thanks, Devin. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was the thing. They were saying that they were still promoting new memberships up until like a week ago. So yeah, I don't know what the truth is, but something tells me that if you're part of the inner workings of a company, rarely do these things sneak up on you like this. Okay. Yeah, I'll look into that once I max out on three with Topstep. All right, so we're gonna spend the bulk of this hour just accumulating orders. Oh, I forget the name of the prop firm. I think it started with an S. It was an acronym. Yep. Yeah. So the name of the game really is decide how much money you need to start your own personal account and extract as much as you can from the props to fund your personal account. Make sure that you're funding your lifestyle as well, and then stick with it until they close their doors. And when they close their doors, you're already prepared. You had a backup plan, and you're ready to go with your own private money. So that's what I would do. I will say prop firms allow you to go on tilt a little easier when you get really frustrated and you just say, you know what, screw this. I'll take the reset, but let me just go all in on this trade. You would never do that on your private account. Right. So either the lunch high flips us back bullish here, or the lunch low gives us a continuation down. Oh, you have to do the eval again. Shalor, yes, you'll have to do the eval once again. Absolutely not. Not the right example to show. Absolutely. I need to backtest last night's London session, Queen. If you're saying that all your breakers, none of them held, I need to check that out because I don't recall ever seeing that. Mm. I've heard of other traders who say they trade or they take training from market makers. Yeah, I figured that also that's where Cammy was going since he also started mentioning getting into swing trading. Mm. Right, let's see where price is taking us. We are in the macro now. Now, let me move this out of the way. We still have the lunchtime high at 18,439. Yeah, I'm the opposite. For whatever reason, I just can't see shorts the way I see the longs. Yeah, you're right, TJ. I did hear Dave say that he likes longs because once it taps his area, it immediately gets to where he wants it to go. And then like the short, small candles coming down, when it taps for the long, it just goes. Um, I haven't gone through and back tested that theory that he mentioned, but I do remember him mentioning it. Oh, they charge monthly for data. Okay, so the $7 charge. Thanks for that, Caesar. Yeah, data's fine. I don't mind paying the $7 for data. I just didn't want to. I just wanted to make sure that they didn't charge you for the to have an active live account per month. But if it's just data, that's fine. Okay, all right, Quint. Yeah, let me know. I would imagine the 5 minute is more reliable, but and what's more interesting is probably how many entries you find in any given session. Should we trade the 1 minute range? Are you talking about these two bars I have here? This is the lunch range. So this is the lunch low, and then up top, this is the lunch high. And I'm not trading the lunch range, but you're welcome to if that's the style of trading you want to do. I'm waiting for a price to trade above the lunch high, giving us a breaker block confirmation on the 5 minute. But if that doesn't happen, then maybe I'll look for a different type of setup. But I wouldn't say I'm much of a range trader. Yeah. Okay, Devin. Excellent. Okay. Are you trying for more, Devin? Or are you satisfied with 2 funded accounts? Seems like everybody wants 20. Hello, what's going on? Puerto Rico next week. You know. All right, let's see if we get a push from here. Right, traded below this one already. We got equal lows down here. Two sets of equal lows. First set gone. Oh, he was able to catch the short. Good go. I don't know if you're still in or not, but yeah, good job. All right, everyone, we've crossed over into 2 o'clock. Oh, just a scalp. Okay. Well, if you caught it, Good job. Right now, there is no play. Right now, we're just watching price go sideways. So price is going sideways here. I was looking to see if it would trade above the lunch high and close. Then we could be looking at having a breaker situation where we're looking to the upside. But if it doesn't trade above, we do not have a breaker here because this is coming from the 5-minute frame. I'm only down on the 1 minute now because we're in the macro. Till we trade above and close above, I'm not looking at a breaker here. So if price continues to push lower and we sweep these equal lows and we're down here somewhere, then I'll have to look at potentially doing something else. But even earlier, as we started this session at 1300, I was looking for price to trade down to this fair value gap. I want to see price go there before going higher. You want to go long at 403? Okay. This is your first time joining the live stream. Jump in the chat and introduce yourself, say hello, and just let us know where you're coming from and how long you've been trading. Also, don't be afraid to jump in the chat and just say anything you have or ask questions. We're all just talking about the charts or things about trading that we're familiar with. And, you know, we're a good group. So for anyone who's brand new, jump in the chat, introduce yourself, and just let us know where you're from and how long you've been trading. Kobe, yes, you're right. It's so exciting. If you're a scalper, this actually is probably not too bad. Um, it's not a style that I'm good at, and so it's not something that you'll see me do on screen anymore. If I do scalp, I'll try to do it off screen. But I'm looking for breakers. Is what I'm looking for on the 5-minute chart. So in just another couple minutes, we'll go back up to the 5-minute chart, and we'll continue looking for breakers. I hear you, Queen. Me too. Because if you're good at scalping, you really can become a day trader and trade for an hour and then go home. Go and do, well, not go home, but go and do something else with your time. You wouldn't have to sit here all day. All right, Devin. Oh, you're out of Charlotte. That's where I'm originally from. That's why you see the Charlotte Hornet colored candles here. I'm living in Phoenix now, but I'm from Charlotte. Ayaz Mohammed. All right, welcome. You're a scalper, okay? And you have a 50K Apex account. All right. Well, welcome to the stream. Welcome to the channel. Just as I say that, we get an impulse. Let's go back to the one just for a couple more minutes till we finish the macro, and then we'll jump back up. Well, it used to be affordable in Phoenix. I think that's starting to go away. But I think it's still relatively inexpensive, or you can do it. It's doable. You may not be able to live like in the center of town, but the highway system here is really good. There's very little traffic. City's super clean. The highways are wide open, 6 lanes wide, so it's easy to navigate around town. Well, compared to New York, no, this is not expensive. It's just expensive to, I guess, 5 years ago prices. Average up and down strategy. Okay. All right. I think you're the first person who've announced themselves to be from Boston. So welcome. Good to have you. Hey, Sniper. Yep, you're right. The Cali residents selling their homes and coming here and paying cash for theirs. They're definitely driving up the cost. You're right. I will say that during the summer months, your activities are restricted. We try to stay indoors as much as possible. But the good news is we get more sunshine than anywhere else. So if you like sunny days and good sunsets, it happens almost every day here. Mm. No, it's okay. Don't worry, man. We all get greedy, and especially in the beginning. And then once we get more confidence, the greed comes back. And so it's just this revolving door where you have to consistently keep it in check. Make sure it's not influencing your trading. And that's the thing. Greed will lead to fear, because greed will lead to losing trades, which then will lead to fear of entering trades. And just, yeah, it happens. We've all been there, and some are still there. Molly, you'll be surprised. It rains in Phoenix a little more than I thought it would. Because when I lived in California, I remember it raining in SoCal. I remember it raining, 3 or 4 times a year. And I thought we would have something similar in Phoenix, but it rains a little more than that. Yep. That's it. You're absolutely correct on that one. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what you felt in Dubai. The same thing. Absolutely. All right. Looks like we're about the midpoint again. Let's see if it'll push above. You know what? We can go back to the 5 minute, and I can remove these. Get ready for the next macro at the end of 2 o'clock. You know what? Pull this back over. All right, so we have relative equal highs now. But this is our consolidation range. So this is normal. We expect that. Just want to see if it can break out here and run to the lunchtime high. Or if we break out at the equal low, go and tap into the bullish fair value gap and give us some entry to then run for the lunchtime high and beyond. Potentially to the morning session high or higher than that. You know, some of the other plays from earlier in the week or into last week. Sequencer, I'm in Phoenix, Arizona. Yeah, TJ, I would say the worst humidity I've ever been involved in. It's either what I experienced in Orlando during the summer, like in August, or New Orleans in August. And price trading back down, possibly to these equal lows. I left Charlotte for work. I got a job offer out here, but I've left Charlotte many a time for work. It's just Charlotte's where I grew up, but once I started my career and things started moving and happening, I started chasing the opportunity, even if it was outside of Charlotte. Plus, I love to travel. I love to meet new people and experience different areas, different people, and so moving was always exciting to me. Mm, okay, yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna set up shop here in the desert for a while. Just it just feels like home for now. Then maybe when I get rich from trading, maybe I'll become a digital nomad and travel the world and trade from there. Yep, that is definitely the plan. All right, looks like these equal lows might be in the crosshairs here. All right, equal lows. Come on, you're going to push further than that? I want to jinx it, but it seems like we're getting set up the same way it's been running the past, I don't know, probably week. Right, so we have consequent encroachment here at 18,420. 18,420 is the center point of this range. Uh, Nas, I don't. Nope. Generally, the daily target is just to, is like if I'm bullish, which I am, the daily target would be to sweep the previous day high. But in this case, the previous day high is up at what 511. So if we do finally get this bullish setup that I'm looking for, then that's probably where I would like to run it to. Um, right, and so we have the April 2nd high at 511. Well, which was yesterday. The only obstacle here would be this lime green area, which everyone's still there. Oh, okay, good. It looks like everyone's back. Yeah, I realized everyone's gone. I'm talking to myself. Not sure what happened there. Hopefully, most of you were able to reconnect. That was unfortunate. Not sure what happened there. Well, the good news is you didn't miss much price action. Exactly. Um, I do, I do, but not like this. Like I don't take my trading into managing my own portfolio and stuff like that. No, I don't. But I do have a crypto portfolio, and I also have some stocks. But I'm not actively in there moving things around every week based on market, market levels and things. All right, I'm glad I got some of you back. We were. It's unfortunate because we were running the highest levels we've ever had. We never had 140 people in a room at a time. So super excited about having so many of you here. Let's hope YouTube cooperates with us and we can run the rest of the session without any interruptions. It was at 160. Holy crap. um, I don't know much about it. Well, I mean, I know Nvidia is being the big chip maker, or not chip maker, but the video card maker. I know that part, and I know they've been, making money hand over fist, based on crypto miners and their desire to have these video cards as opposed to the gamers. And from what I understand, recently or now, the way Nvidia makes their money is they're investing heavily in AI, and I guess maybe their chips are going to power the AI movement. But other than that, I don't really know much about them. So if there's any news been announced recently where Nvidia's, taken off, because I heard, I guess a month ago or so, they had made some announcements that sent their stock price soaring. But I don't know exactly what the announcement was, and I haven't really followed. All right, sweet. Looks like we got most of everybody back, so that's good. If you're enjoying the stream so far, if you could do me a favor and hit the thumbs up button, that'll ensure YouTube recognizes that you're enjoying the stream, and they'll send more traders to our stream. The more the merrier. All right, TJ, we're at your level. Well, that's close enough. I was hoping it would bounce off the fair value gap here, but wasn't necessarily that it needed to bounce. I mean, it's come within 2 points of it. All right, I can remove these equal lows because they're no longer relevant. We do have equal highs here, but I'll remove this as well because we can clearly see their equal highs. Try to keep it as clean as possible. We still have the lunch high and the lunch low. So we'll see which one price wants to go to first, and then whether either the macro or as we head into power hour, if that's going to be what propels us to one of these levels. You just says bouncing off the 50% here. Let's check that out. And let's shift this CE level down. Right, so now we can see when we're in discount and premium of this range. Sure. But if not, and then we'll continue waiting for a breaker. You know what? All right, I was trying to get a retracement into a 1 minute fair value gap, and it looks like it doesn't want to do that. So I'll let it sit here for a second, and if it does not come back down, then I'll cancel the limit order. Let's put it back in its original position, and let's see what happens. I didn't realize that it would just bring up anyone who was in the room. I thought it would just bring up people who have already spoken in the chat. That's funny. Yeah, let's see if we get this lunch high somewhere around 250, 250 to 3 o'clock, somewhere in there. Nasaya. No, I think it's just YouTube has a 10-second delay. So you're not looking at me exactly live. You're 10 seconds behind. And that's the beauty about trading futures is that we're all trading from essentially the same broker, we get the same data, the same information at the same time. There aren't any different numbers that we're looking at. Yeah, you're right. Who was that who just mentioned that? Avoid You're right. But that could mean that yesterday we were accumulating at the bottom. We could have been ending a sell model. Um, and then today could be really the first or second stage of the buy model. So once you reach the first stage, of course, you retrace, you reaccumulate, and then you move forward to the second stage if we're in a buy model now. I was looking earlier to see if we were, and I was kind of conflicted between the 15 and the 30-minute chart, whether we were in a buy model or not, but it looks like we are. Z Zacharias. Sorry, I'm didn't know how to pronounce your name. But yeah, what I was looking for before is I'm looking for the lunch high to be taken. I'm looking for a 5-minute close above the lunch high, which would activate this breaker here. And I'm looking for then to come back and trade back in and give me a long. But in this case right here, I'm just looking for price to run towards these equal highs, but from down here. But if it runs the equal highs without tapping me in, then I'll cancel my limit order. And that short run up of 20 points would be for everyone who got in down here. And in that case, they actually are getting around 30 points. Mm. It could be. I mean, Queen, we did get that big movement during 10 o'clock. So it's not like nothing happened today. All right, let's see if I can get in on this retracement here that hopefully doesn't bust me in the head, but it might. In a macro in about 5 minutes. Let me go ahead and reduce down to one contract since price already ran majority of the way up this leg. Nope. Peter, there's no reason for me to show my P&L. There's no reason for me to show my P&L. Right? If you're interested in how much money I'm making, then you're missing the point. The whole point is for you to trade and for you to learn and for you to gain the confidence that you need to make the trades on your own. It's not for you to follow me and take the same trades I take and all that. Those pit bull. Yeah. No, Peter. Peter. Problem is like too many people are concerned about you know what I'm doing or what anyone who is live trading. Everyone's concerned about how much money they're making when it doesn't matter how much money they make. What matters is how much money you're making. And so let's all share information. If you have any questions about what the market's doing or why is this candle structured like this or any of that, like let's share and let's get better together. But yeah, we shouldn't count each other's money. You're right. Silver bullet hour was a dud. Didn't really do much at all. I do sometimes, yes. So when this move happened here, this big move down, and it didn't grab the fair value gap, when the 1 minute started moving up, and I saw the change in state of delivery, then I started looking for an entry, which is where this 18411 came from. So I was watching the 1 minute on the side. Yes, I have four monitors that I'm looking at. Yep. Hey, I'm glad you're doing well, Peter. It's excellent. Hey, price is not moving in my direction here. Just looks like we might be going for the lunch low, maybe. All right, now we're in the macro. Let's see where the macro takes us. I'm gonna drop this down to the 1 minute. On the 5 minutes, well, we've already shifted to the downside. So the shift back up, I think it's the lunch high, if I remember correctly from about an hour ago when I looked at it. I'll look at it again in a second. Yeah, it's the lunchtime high, Queen, on the up to the upside. All right, there it is. Did not work out for me here. It's all good. But I was waiting for it to tap the fair value gap, which it came close, but didn't quite get there over here. So let's see if it grabs it here. And then if it does, let's see where the reaction goes from there. Oh, to the downside? Yeah, let me see. Up, exactly, 402. Yeah, so it happened right as we were right at lunchtime to the 12 o'clock candle on the 5 minute. It happened much higher on the 1 minute. So that was where we originally saw, excuse me, where we originally saw the market structure shift, which is also what led people to take that entry just before lunch. So let me get rid of this. Hmm. Yeah, let's see if we get a second go at this. See if I can get a fair value gap here. Because originally, so this is why the entry came to start with. It was from here. After this candle, right? Then I wanted this entry. I wanted this candle to come back and give it to me. But it kept going, and I thought about canceling it. But then it started to drop, and I said, okay, I'll hold on. But that's where that entry came from. It was because these two candles here started making the shift higher and started taking out swing highs. And that's when I wanted to get in and have just a target of just sweeping these highs, not taking it further than that, but just giving me 20 points here. All right, so we're in the macro now. So we'll see if price wants to continue stretching lower by breaking this level and continuing to push, or if now we'll see a flip and it'll start taking out these highs as we head into power hour. Got about 5 minutes, or no, less than that, about 3.5 minutes before power hour. Uh, what macro times am I looking at? 210 to 350? Yep. Yeah. So during 3 o'clock to 3:15 to 3:45, that's the only macro that's at that time frame. But we still have the 250 to 310, 3:15 to 3:45, and the 350 to 410. So 3 o'clock is pretty much an entire hour of macro. 60 bias will be bearish. Yep. Oh, you know what? I can get rid of this. Doing okay. You know, I'll leave it there for a second. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Mm-hmm. Waiting for a candle close on the 15. Okay. I haven't looked at the 15 in a couple hours. Let me check that out. Yeah, the 15. I don't know. The 15 definitely looked bearish. Yep. Queen, I don't see any bearish breaker candidates anywhere close. Do you see any? Bouncy, bouncy. All right, let's see if this lunchtime low actually gets touched during the macro. We have about 6.5 minutes remaining. Let's see if we can get down there. Otherwise, we're still just trading in between this range here. Essentially, these two large candles to the left. Nope. No, the kill zones are our morning time frames. So it's like 7 to 10 for New York and 2 until 5 a.m. for London. Okay. Yeah, I wasn't noticing any bearish breakers. So if price wants to continue to sell, then I don't have a breaker to get into. Let's see, where's the midnight price? Oh, below us. 310. So you said we had a 5 minute market structure shift. Yep. We had that here. And that put our high up this location here. We had another break, so then that made this. Okay. Yep. And then this became our high for the lunch highs. So let's get rid of this. Yeah. So on the 5 minute for market structure, this is our high and low. If it breaks lower, then we continue. If it breaks higher, then we're back bullish. Otherwise, we're just ranging. We'll see if the wick on the 1230 candle on the 15-minute is able to hold price at that 50 consequent encroachment level. Still another 6 minutes before the current candle closes, but we'll see. I mean, how about this one? That's the 11:15 5-minute candle. Oh, okay. The PM kill zone. Okay, got it. Yeah, it came almost to consequent encroachment, and it was within a couple ticks, maybe 1 point of it, and then completely crashed. Mm. That's a good point. It didn't make a low. You're right. It was still making higher lows, even though we got a swing point. It is a swing point here. It's just this candle here didn't sweep the low before coming back up and coming out of the breaker. So okay, yeah, I just wanted to get your take on this because you say it didn't create a bearish breaker, and so I thought that might have been one, which could be what's holding price back from going higher. Because after this, we most certainly did break structure down to the downside, making price structure a bearish. All right, the macro's over, but we see price is still pushing lower. Hasn't quite gotten to lunch lows yet, but they're still within range, down at 370s, about 15 points lower than where we are. All right, there's lunch low by a tick or two. 370 and a quarter. The low here is 370 flat, so it beat it by 1 tick. Now let's see what happens. A meltdown. Here we go. New day opening gap and 344. What did ICT say? Between 315 and 345 that price likes to run for the midnight open. Good job, Void. Way to go. Got a return here to half of this 5-minute gap created on a big push up at 10 o'clock this morning. All right, now back at the daily open. The new day opening gap. Can't really see it because of this little yellow sliver here. It's too small. It's too small to see. But here we are at 3:20 in the afternoon, and the daily candle is still trying to figure out if it's going to be bullish or bearish. And just by the look of it, looks like the wick is equal size above and below. Just, just take a look and see. We should be, yep, right there, 50% at 342. The new day opening gap is at 345, so 3 points away from. So yep, so the wick above and the wick below are equal size. Let's see how the candle wants to close, and then we can get a feeling for how this is going to impact the week. Justice. 4-hour consequent encroachment. At 2:45. Okay. Upper court consequent. Oh, okay. So that's a whole different consequent encroachment. So consequent encroachment of the upper quartile. So you have fair value got broken into eighths. All right. Well, price is fractals, so you can do that. Oh, got it, Ray. All right. The macro for 3 o'clock is from 3:15 until 3:45. So it's been going for a few minutes now. Yep, you're right, Ray. That's what I looked at. I saw the busy on 5 minute from the 10 o'clock candle. Yep, spot on. It went right there. I think it went a couple ticks. And that was it. Mm. Yeah, I guess there could be. I don't know. I'm not sure which week that was. Let me look and see. The week of March 11th, maybe. So yeah, about a month ago. It is now covered 50% of the wick. Let's see if it wants to continue lower or if it's going to build up and trade above the new day opening gap here. Oh, yeah. Hit the 1 hour CB at 11:30. Is that the one you're talking about? In 20 minutes, we have our final macro of the day. And that's still an opportunity to find an explosive move for anyone who's been on the stream before. You know that we can get some pretty good moves from 3:45 until 4 o'clock. And so now that we see price settling in this area, we'll still look and see if there's going to be something to deliver during that time period. It's only about 20 minutes away at 3:50. Yeah, Queen, we did have a respect of this area right here, this candle. The bodies had been respecting this area for the duration of the last 10, 15 minutes. And let's see if this candle does the same. Yeah, you're right, Quinn. There's no bullish breakers in here. Yeah, and you can find a consolidation area right in here, right in this little spot. Yep. Well, we still have the bullish breaker from this morning. We have this one, and then you're right. You have this one. Mm-hmm. Okay, I see what you're saying, Ray. I see exactly where you are on the 15 minute. Yeah, it did return back into essentially a fair value gap on the 15 minute if you were looking at the 2022 model from ICT as an entry. Maybe that'll push the session highs. We'll snap that lunch high there. The question is, can we break through this area? It's just been created. I'm hoping so. Tick chart. What was breaker 305? Well, then we're in the same position. We're in the same position we were over here. Like, this was a swing point, a swing high, but you said it wasn't a swing. You didn't have a swing low there. This one here, you have a swing low, but the highs are declining highs. You don't have a swing high here. So I don't know. They look very similar to me. Unless I missed something, maybe the highs are different. Just double check. 398 3/4. 398 and 3/4. So they have equal highs. I don't know. It's a toss up, I guess. You'd probably take this here. Just take this down wick to there and make that it. So essentially the 3 o'clock candle. But it's that range from the swing low of 3 o'clock to the high of 305. Oh, Goop God. Good afternoon. How goes it? You're in at 365 to the upside. All right, J Stores. All right, about 5 minutes left, and then we'll get into the macro here and see if price wants to give us a good movement for the end of the day. All right, it looks like price is moving. Let's see where it takes us. Just a couple more minutes and then the macro is here. Okay, here we go. Yeah, Queen. One of these nights, I'm going to join the London session with you. But I'm gonna have to get a nap during the day if I'm going to do that because there's no way I'm staying up all night. But one of these days, you will see me in the London session. Sharing your screen is terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. The first couple of days on YouTube, I'm glad that no one was watching, so I was sitting here basically. I don't even know if I was talking to myself. I think I recognized there was no one there, so I just sat here and just traded. And if I ever noticed someone was there, I would start talking, and then it would go from 1 to 0, and then it's like, okay, they must have left because I think there's a delay in YouTube letting you know how many people are in the room. Because I watched a tutorial on how to grow an audience, and it says that you need to be talking even when it says 0 because someone's probably there. And then if once you notice they're there, if you start talking, they're probably already gone. All right, come on, Price. What are you gonna do? Are you running for the lunchtime high? That's what we want you to do. Come in here and tap down at 347. The limit order. Nah. Nah, I'm gonna hold out. I'll just resume tomorrow. TJ, what's NKD? What time do you start the London session, Queen? Oh, Nikkei. Okay, got it. I've heard of that one. Oh, that's cool. So it's almost the same as NQ. 1:30 a.m., 10:30 p.m. for me. Okay, I could probably do that and maybe hang around for an hour and a half to 2 hours. All right, everyone in the stream, if you enjoyed the stream today, or if you learned something, hit the thumbs up button, please. Let YouTube know that you enjoyed the content. And if you haven't already, click the subscribe button. Make sure the notifications are on so you get invitations to any future live stream that we do, as well as reminders in case you forget. Yeah, I figured it wasn't going to return back down to this median point. And even if it did, I'm not sure I would have enough time to make a sizable gain before we close out at 10 after 4. So we have another 10 or 11 minutes. And for anyone who did take a long, you actually may get rewarded. It may dump you up here, which is ultimately where I was hoping it would go, but maybe it'll just get to sweep these highs. But either way, there should still be some gains between now and 10 after 4. All right, JR, catch you tomorrow. World 2 consequent encroachment. Okay. Oh, for the hour. Yep, I saw it just popped up. You're right. Sweet, sweet. Anyone who got in at 358 is already pulled in almost 30 points. Yeah, me too. I'm glad you're here. Yeah, don't be shy. Next time you drop in, come in and say hello. Let us know you're here. Man, yeah, that's you're right. I'm not sure I would trust price to break through this fair value gap here. I at least want to be partialing out at these highs, candle body highs. But then again, it is 4 o'clock, so price could do a lot of things. But I wonder what's up with the consolidation from 1 to 3 and then expansion at 3 o'clock. That's happened 3 times per week for the last 3 weeks, it seems. That's a good point. That's true. Not to mention, I think some people, if they see it moving too slow during 2 o'clock hour, I don't think they hang around to power hour. All right, Sing. Good job. See you tomorrow, hopefully. All right, Ricardo, see you tomorrow. Take care. Good to have you. All right, I'm on. You're very welcome. Hope to see you at another stream. When you come next time, make sure you jump in and say hello. All right, Molly, catch you in the morning. Hey, Messiah, great. All right, see you in the morning. Catch you tomorrow. All right, everyone. I'll hang around for another 4 minutes and let's see how this session closes for all the prop traders. Thank you very much. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. And that was supposed to be fireworks. I don't think that came out too well. Let's see if I can find something better. Here we go. We'll work with the old faithful. Just no, I was just celebrating having 100 likes in one video. I don't think we've ever had that before. So yeah, I want to thank everyone who's on the stream still for liking the video. Appreciate it so much. And obviously the people who left won't be able to hear this, but I appreciate them as well. All thank you, Queen. Appreciate it. Thank you. And on top of that, we had 1,000 views this today. Never had that before. In fact, I think the best we've had is around 700, and that's only in the last couple weeks. I think maybe we had around 700 the week that Topstep was in Vegas. So we got a good amount of people coming over in the afternoon who normally wouldn't. And then I think the past couple days, maybe we got it once, maybe last Friday. The response today was definitely, I didn't see it coming. It was a big surprise. So really happy about that. Triple C, thank you. Thank you. Fuego. M, catch you guys on the next one. Yes, let's do that. Let's do 1500. Why not? Thanks, Queen. Thanks for sharing with others. Yeah, I mean, part of the reason why I'm growing is because you guys are recommending me to other people. So it's uh, good to have your support as well. All right, look like price ran into that newly formed fair value gap and said, we're good for now. This is a good place to stop. So tomorrow we'll still have this lunch high unless something happens during Asia or London. We're still below the lime green area, so the new week opening gap. So we're still bearish for the week. And for the day, we did finish bullish. So let's see if that propels price to continue tomorrow, or if this was just kind of a blip in the middle of the week and then it's going to continue south. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right, Void, M, Richard. News? You're saying what's news tomorrow? We have an 8:30 high impact news event. And then we have two medium impacts. We have FOMC member Barkin speaking during lunch and Mester speaking at 2 p.m. So those aren't expected to be high impact, but the high impact unemployment claims comes in at 8:30. So that's what we got tomorrow. Educational stuff. All right, Art. But yeah, Art, if you have any questions, just let us know. Just ask them in the chat. We'll try to answer them for you. Also, click the link in my bio for the Discord. Click the social media link. Go into the Discord, and then find there's an area with some tutorials in there. Not my tutorials, but others. But there's an area in there called Trading Library. Just click on Trading Library, and there's some tutorials that'll help you get you where you're going. Lesson learned. All right, Nas, definitely. All right, everyone. This ends our session for the afternoon. Thank you for joining. Thanks for being here again. Thanks for all your support. We couldn't be doing these numbers without you, and I hope to see you in a future live stream. Hopefully tomorrow morning at 9:15. All right, everyone. Hope you have a good evening and take care. See you then.